Bleacher Report isn't usually way I start off videos in a very positive manner, right? Usually when I say Bleacher Report, there's a negative connotation. But, surprisingly enough, this one time, it's actually somewhat positive. Because Bleacher Report went ahead and ranked the NFL's best head coach quarterback duos ahead of the 2024 season. Normally, Bleacher Report either trashes us or does very illogical things when it comes to their predictions. But this one I can agree with. Number 10, Mike McDaniels and Tua. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna put him at number 10. Is there anyone? No, I'm gonna give the Dolphins here. I mean, sometimes I'm not usually too hyped on the Dolphins, but okay. Number 9, Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. It's funny because if the Eagles have a bad season, Nick Sirianni is probably going to be fired. There's a lot of Eagles fans that do not like him, especially after last season kind of crumbled in the second part of the season. So I don't know 100% if he's going to be the head coach after this upcoming season if the Eagles have a poor season. So that's kind of interesting. He's number 9, but I would probably put Mike McDaniels over Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. I'd put him over it. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, I wouldn't have them in my top 10. I really wouldn't. I think Cowboys fans can agree with me here. Mike McCarthy should have been fired. He should have been fired a long time ago. And I know he had a very good run with the Packers, with Aaron Rodgers. He has not been that... I mean, he's been successful with the Cowboys. The Cowboys have a great team. And they also have an easier division. But he should have been fired a long time ago. Dak Prescott, you know, really carrying that team when it comes to Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott duo. Not saying he's carrying the Cowboys. I'm saying he's carrying that 1-2 punch here. Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. I feel like these guys should be higher. Dan Campbell and Jared Goff, man, this is a absolute legend duo. I feel like they should be higher on this list nonetheless, though. Number 6, Sean McDermott and Josh Allen. Again, McDermott is another guy who could be fired this season, depending on how the season goes. It's amazing how the top 10 duos, most of these guys are kind of on the hot seat a little bit when it comes to this upcoming season. But, I mean, yeah, it's not a bad duo. It's definitely one of those situations where, again, things could go opposite. Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow. That's a legendary one. That should be number 1. But I know number 1, and again, this is me predicting. I haven't seen the list yet. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They won multiple Super Bowls, whatever. That's going to be number 1. I'm going to guess number 2. They're going to say Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan inside the top 5. That's definitely going to be one of them. If they say Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert, I'm going to scream. Because that's no. Stop it. It can't be Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. What could be above Zach Taylor other than Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, maybe they're going to say Stafford and Sean McVay? Those are 3 I could see them listing above us. They're gonna, if they say Mike Tomlin, it is Bleacher Report, so anything is possible. Lots of those 4 I just listed be the 4. Who's number 4? Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. Okay. I don't even think you could take out the Brock Purdy part and just put Kyle Shanahan. That man can make an absolute freaking toaster, a top 5 quarterback, top 10 quarterback in the league. I mean, Brock Purdy is still good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Shanahan can pretty much do it by himself no matter what. Man's an absolute legend. He's a miracle worker, it feels like. Number 3, John Harbaugh. Oh, I forgot John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. How did I forget these 2? I completely forgot these 2. Speaking of being fired, before Lamar happened, where Ozzie Newsome took Lamar, John was on the hot seat to be fired after the whole Joe Flacco situation ended. And then, obviously, Lamar comes out of nowhere, starts doing really great, John keeps his job. John just got extended last offseason, I believe. So, again, another coach that was on the hot seat. He's not on the hot seat at all now. John is going to be there in Baltimore for a very long time. Number 2 is Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. Okay. And then number 1 is Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Okay. For Bleacher Report here, I mean, if I'm being biased, I think we're number 2. I mean, they won multiple Super Bowls. It is what it is. I think we're number 2, although I don't really love Zach Taylor calling the offensive plays, but as a coach, he's amazing. I love him as a coach. I think overall wise, yeah, I say we're number 2. Then I say Stafford's Stafford McVay's number 3. 4, I put John Harbaugh. This is me being biased, by the way. Number 5 is me, Kyle Shanahan. But if I'm not being biased, I'll take number 5. If I'm not being biased. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys next one.